Um, Today is, oh, wait. Hey guys, it's Lauren. Um, for those of you that don't know about me, I make videos based on my experiences with high functioning autism, and I am also a roller coaster enthusiast and a yoga lover, so expect to see something like that in the future in a video. Um, Today is tip number 10 of my 12 tips of Christmas for 2021. So, in today's tip, I am going to encourage everyone to read the Christmas story from both versions. Today's version is going to be in the Matthew version, and some verses from Isaiah, because in Isaiah it predicts about Jesus' whole life from his birth to his death. And I'm going to be reading from the New International Reader's Version of the Bible, which is what they call an upgraded version of the NIV, or what I like, or the kids' version of the NIV. And it's an awesome version of the Bible, and if you have not read it, get a version of it. So today's version, starting from Isaiah, the verses in Isaiah. This is coming from Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14. The Lord himself will give you a sign. The virgin is going to have a baby. She will give birth to a son, and he will be called Emmanuel. Yep, it happened. And the other one I want to read from is Isaiah 9, 6, and 7. So, chapter 9, verse 6 and 7. A child will be born to us, a son will be given to us. He will rule over us, and he will be called Wonderful Advisor and Mighty God. He will be called Father who lives forever, and Prince who brings peace. There will be no limit to how great his authority is. The peace he brings will never end. He will rule on David's throne and over his kingdom. His rule will be based on what is fair and right. It will last forever. The Lord's great love will make sure that happens. He rules over all. So, all right, guys, let's skip over to the Matthew version of the Christmas story. Okay, Matthew, the Christmas story. Joseph, okay. So Matthew chapter 1, verse 18, and we're going to go all the way through chapter 2. Through Joseph accepts Jesus as his son. Matthew 1, verse 18. This is how the birth of Jesus, the Messiah, came about. His mother Mary and Joseph had promised to get married, but before they started to live together, it became clear that she was going to have a baby. She became pregnant by the power of the Holy Spirit. Her husband Joseph was faithful to the law, but he did not want to shame her in public. So he planned to divorce her quietly. But as Joseph was thinking about this, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream. The angel said, Joseph, son of David, don't be afraid to take Mary as your wife. The baby inside her is from the Holy Spirit. She is going to have a son. You must give him the name Jesus. That's because he will save people from their sins. All this took place to bring about what the Lord said would happen. He had said through the prophet, the virgin is going to have a baby. She will give birth to a son, and he will be called Emmanuel. Isaiah 7:14. That's quoted. Matthew quoted that. The name Emmanuel means God with us. Joseph woke up. He did what the angel of the Lord commanded him to do. He took Mary home as his wife, but he did not sleep with her until she gave birth to a son, and Joseph gave him the name Jesus. Chapter 2, verses 1 through 12. Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea. This happened while Herod was king of Judea. After Jesus' birth, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem. They asked, "Where is the child who has been born to be king of the Jews? We saw his star when it rose. Now we have come to worship him." When King Herod heard about it, he was very upset. Everyone in Jerusalem was troubled too. So Herod called together all the chief priests of the people. He called the teachers of the law. He asked them where the Messiah was going to be born. "In Bethlehem, in Judea," they replied. "This is what the prophet has written. He said, 'But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are certainly not the least important among the towns of Judah. A ruler will come from you. He will rule my people Israel like a shepherd.'" This is a verse that was Jesus quoted from Micah 5:2, and Matthew recorded it when he wrote this gospel. Then Herod secretly called for the wise men. He found out from them exactly when the star had appeared. He sent them to Bethlehem. He said, "Go and search carefully for the child. As soon as you find him, report it to me. Then I can go and worship him too." After the wise men had listened to the king, they went on their way. The star they had seen when it rose went ahead of them. It finally stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they were filled with joy. The wise men went to the house. There they saw the child with his mother Mary. They bowed down and worshipped him. And then they opened their treasures. They gave him gold, frankincense, and myrrh. But God warned them in a dream not to go back to Herod. So they returned to their country on a different road. When the wise men had left, Joseph had a dream. In the dream, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph. "Get up," the angel said. "Take the child and his mother and escape to Egypt. Stay there until I tell you to come back. Herod is going to search for the child. He wants to kill him." So Joseph got up. During the night, he left for Egypt with the child and his mother Mary. They stayed there until King Herod died. So the words the Lord had spoken through the prophet had come true. He said, "I brought my son out of Egypt." Hosea 1:1. If Herod realized that the wise men had tricked him, so he became very angry. He gave orders about Bethlehem and the area around it. He ordered all the boys 2 years old and under to be killed. This agreed with the time when the wise men had seen the star. In this way, the words Jeremiah the prophet spoke came true. He had said, "A voice is heard in Ramah. It's the sound of crying and deep sadness. Rachel is crying over her children. She refuses to be comforted because they are gone." Jeremiah 31:15. Thanks, guys. Stay tuned for me to read the Luke version.